of us don't spend enough time thinking about the different perspectives of our lives and how each successes and mistakes will ultimately impact us as we grow older and wiser. However, failing to consider these things now is only delaying the inevitable. Sooner or later, these life lessons will slap us in the face, and it will have been too late by then. These are life lessons best learned while we are still young. That's why we turn to the people on the web to know what are the things they learned, but only after it's too late. Hopefully, this will teach us to become more mindful. Number 1, how you see everything affects how you behave in life. It's true. How you see the world around you ultimately affects how you behave and act for yourself and towards others. Your own beliefs will make you understand certain things, but it will also make you biased on others. It creates fear as much as it creates curiosity. Do you want your reality to be narrow, or do you want to allow it to become more vast? Will you settle on the bliss that ignorance provides, or do you want to broaden your perception? The truth is, humans are subconsciously wired to want more. We are creatures of habit, and it is our habit to always move forward and seek learning. Our society emphasizes the importance of education. Learning and discovering is what we do, but still, it is increasingly hard to understand what you don't understand. In fact, we fear what we don't understand. So how do you learn to know what you don't know? Start by asking yourself, what don't I know? What do I want to learn more about? Most importantly, understand that it's okay to be wrong. There are learnings to find in every mistake. Number 2, nothing is permanent. Your good times as well as your bad times are both temporary. Whenever you're at the top of the world, enjoy it, bask in it, and be grateful for it. And when you're down, know you will get through it. Know that it's not the end and that it's just a rough patch. Life is full of twists and turns, ups and downs, and surprises. As they say, this too shall pass. We sometimes forget that it really can be about the journey too, not just the destination. There is a lesson to be found in everything. I think it's hard for a lot of people, especially young people, to appreciate life. Recognizing the full worth of your hardships and your blunders is key to appreciating the journey. It's just as important to stay humble and be grateful for the joys life brings you. Everything is temporary, so make the most out of all of it. Don't dwell on one thing. More importantly, don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Number 3, the importance of being present. More often than not, we tend to worry and dread about our future. If not, we remain dwelling on something that's already happened. While it's also helpful to actually care and consider your future, be careful not to let it blind your present. Moments turn into memories. Enjoy the moment while you have it. It usually takes a lifetime of piled up worries for a person to realize worrying will not do you any good. Living in the past is equally unproductive. There are definitely benefits to being able to reflect on yourself and on your past, so long as it benefits you in the present. Paying attention to what you've been through and how that makes you feel matters. It takes a lot of emotional energy to grieve, process, and overcome. But this also lets us constantly worry about the things that have already happened, things we cannot change anymore. The balance of being able to take time to reflect and to prioritize your future while spending the majority of your day in the present is beyond valuable. It's life-changing. This is the kind of balance we need to achieve. The kind of balance a lot of us fail to consider until it's too late. Number 4, do what you love what you do. You need to remind yourself of the importance of loving your career and loving what you do. Your work is a considerably large aspect in your life, perhaps one of the biggest, that you dedicate yourself to. If you aren't happy in your career, that unhappiness will seep into other aspects of your life. The more you hate your work, the more you end up hating everything else. And while nothing is perfect, it's important to work on yourself. You need to aim to position yourself to reach the goals and satisfaction you desire, without compromising your happiness. You should also take the time to invest in yourself. This goes for your non-work life too. What habits and hobbies do you want to incorporate into your life? Which of the ones you already have do you want to develop? It's also important to be conscious of the type of people and activities you surround yourself with. Information is like nutrients to your brain, so you should be aware of what you're feeding yourself. Success isn't one triumphant moment. Success is a series of moments and choices leading up to bigger moments. You are the only person who can get in the way of living every day doing what you love. Number 5, being happy takes work. The happiest people are the ones who have worked the most to build themselves up. They took the time and effort to become the best versions of themselves. Being happy takes a lot of work. It's just as much work, if not more, to be unhappy. So choose wisely. Being happy means at some point you decided to take control of your life. It means you decided to not be a victim and to put that energy back into yourself. Sometimes it's hard, but you have to pull yourself up and push yourself forward. Your lifetime is a series of developments and personal growth. One of the worst things you can do for self-development is comparing yourself to other people. It's easy to get caught up in jealousy and wanting what other people have, especially with the way we interact with social media. You have to remember that people tend to show only the best parts of their lives on those platforms. It's not fair to yourself when you see that and think, I want to do that, or I want to look like that. Not only does that distract you from being appreciative of what you have in your own life, it doesn't provide any productive input to yourself. Most often, your perception of someone's life is a fallacy. And even if it isn't, focus on yourself. It's your journey and your path that you should be concerned with. Being happy takes practice. Whether it's you learning to let go of your ego or forming more self-loving habits, it takes practice. You only have one life. Work as hard as you can to make it your best life. What do you think? Is there a lesson you recently learned, realizing you learned it a little too late? Share it with us. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below.